Alright, here we go into the next game. Q gonna be going with that heavy splalling. We see Kyo, oh no, not Kyo, but one of the Japanese players, I believe, Shelton, going with the sword as we open up into the Grand Finals 44 Sunday 61. Let's see what happens first. So far, the opening is going very well for Floppa, able to get a few early picks, and this crab is just being forced into very unfavorable terrain, to say the least. The Stamper is going to have that Zip Caster ready. We might see them going really aggressive. Yeah, finding an early kill onto Leafy and trying to play up here, but that machine is just not going to let them climb those walls at all. Trying to find another kill, but not able to get it. That Booyah Bomb lingering just long enough for Kyo to get a kill onto the opposing machine. And so far, there's a very nice hold from them. The Wave Breaker is being used early, which can allow them to get a foothold on the left side of the map, but they're not really taking it. 3 people are on the right. They needed to send someone who wasn't the Wiper, the weapon made to go ahead of people onto that main stack position. They are still able to get 2 kills, and Q is trying to push this by herself, get some help from Leafy, and paired with the Wave Breaker is going to be able to break that Crab Tank Wave. Very good at forcing the Crab's ball form, and that's going to get a nice position here. Going to be going with the Ultra Stamp, has to be careful, still low, opts to throw it, and finds another kill there. Able to get 2, able to maybe get 3, not quite, but the Crab could finish off the kill. No! Biscuit gonna crab though, and they're gonna have to push with that really quickly here. Doing a good job of trying to reposition himself so the crab gets some value, but still popped in a bit of an unoptimal position and then gets ambushed and taken down relatively quickly. Kyo is stuck between a heavy and a sword, and Jackpot is able to get a lot of control without having to use much.
Alright, seems like a little bit further behind, but it's okay. We're seeing that, wait, which team is which?
Jackpot's currently holding right now on the right side of the map, with the heavy spine putting some pressure, forcing an early crab, but gets a little bit too far, unfortunately, and does get hit by that one-shot combo. Madden is trying to stall out for a few points since 2 of the players aren't crab. Pretty smart, gets all the way to 45, and is still trying to hold that stack since he has a Booyah Bomb to keep himself alive, trying to keep this foothold onto the zone. That's really how the stacks are in Mako, and it's very important to make the opponents work to get that level of a position. And Madness still not popping that Booyah Bomb, very patient on it, which is great. Leafy's able to get 1 kill, almost gets 2. Biscuit almost lives that, but gets taken out by the Booyah Bomb. The last remaining Splash is trying to fight this out with the help of the sword, gets a kill, and pops that Crab Tank to keep things going, but unfortunately gets taken out as Jared is able to help out. And for that long of a fight, with so many players down, that definitely wasn't worth it. Yes, Jackpot's not too close to Special, but they're the ones who already have map control. And Floppa is losing a lot of time to push back in. They were luckily able to get an early kill onto Leafy, but zip casting up to a heavy is going to be a bit of a challenge. Able to find one though by playing patiently and waiting for a bit of help from the Crab Tank of that teammate, putting some area of effect pressure to force the Spotling to move away. And Floppa regains map control, slightly holding onto their lead.
Yeah, even if they lost, wait, sorry, I'm getting confused by the teams again. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, Flippa is a blue team, and now they have their Booyah Bomb ready. They do get picked off by the Wiper, but we're gonna have a sword fight here that the Stamper is gonna win, and now they get the splash, so now they have the numbers advantage. They're gonna try to chase down the machine, and they do get it, and now they're gonna get closer to a Zip Caster. They're probably gonna opt to pop it later on to go for the heavy splatting. Oh, we have a really aggressive draw from the splash. I don't think that was the right play to go for there. The machine is just gonna be struggling to actually chip the opponent, but with no backup. We can see the Stamper going alone. Sadly, they did not wait for their team right here, and now Jackpot seems to be pretty staggered. They do manage to find the Stamper, and now they just gotta rush to zone. There's not much time left. Only 8. Oh, 9,
yeah,
never
9
mind.
seconds. They need to get the kill on the Stamper, unable to get it. It's just Q. And Jackpot really struggled with retake on this map. I'm kind of surprised they stacked so many people on the right side that oftentimes it was just Leafy by themselves pushing the left, and that made it really tricky to get that foothold you need to retake. I'm not quite sure why they sent so many people on the right side of the map and just let the Wiper be the only person going left, but I think it made the retakes way harder than it had to be, and that's going to be an early Game 1 loss.
Yeah, even though Jackpot had a really nice hold earlier, they just seemed to fall apart on defense, and I feel like there was a bit of miscommunication there because I don't see a reason to send the Wiper in alone. with a special that can easily be shut down. They did not buy much time either. They just lost resources in the long run.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens next.
We're gonna see what Jackpot's gonna counterpick too. Do you think we'll see some of the maps we saw earlier? Maybe they want to go back to Museum Clams, for example.
I can see it.
Who else likes Rapid? I like Rapid. It's a really cool weapon.
I do not think we'll be seeing that weapon.
Yeah, we will not be seeing it probably, but for all the Rapid fans out there, shouts to you. You're really cool and based.
Alright, Inkblot Tower Control seems to be the counter pick. Definitely a map mode that we've seen Jackpot do numerous times, even in Splatoon 2. So, definitely is something that makes sense here. Yeah, I mean, this could be a very important game, though, honestly. Like, very, very important. If they lose this match, then they are going to have to pull the reverse sweep on the double counter pick. And I think in this case, that's just going to be a lot to ask.
Yeah, I don't think... I know both of these teams are talented, but under this much pressure, I think that could end up breaking one of them. So, Jackpot really has to come through, really has to make this counterplay count. Otherwise, they're gonna be struggling a lot on the next few games. Alright, we're starting.
Alright. Game number 2, we're seeing Double Machine, Neo Splash, and 96 Deco, as well as Double Machine Splash and Neo Splash. So a lot of machines, only 2 Vanilla Splash-O-Matics. And thank you, Squidgold, for the raid. Welcome. We're in the grand finals of 44 Sundaes between Flippa, Floppa, and Jackpot, who have made it through the loser bracket, defeating Alliance Rogue and Zero Deaths, who were able to take out Graveyard Shift. So it's been a very stacked tournament so far. And this is going to be an interesting game. We've been seeing a lot less of the 96 since its Kraken nerf, and it definitely struggles a lot more. But it can still have some power, and Kraken still is something you can't underestimate. You have to respect it here. And we'll see if that pick ends up working out for them well here. The machines are trying to put some pressure. Unfortunately, on the defensive side, one goes down already, and the other machine trades as Biscuit's able to just ride this tower safely here. It's just kind of playing back, not rushing things too much, and you'll see that even as they're 2 down, they're going to play to try to hold some space. A very nice Shark in to be able to find a kill on Jared, and they're just going to play to hold ground, keep the tower on the left side, and play around the special advantage. Q going to be trying to find a pick on a Biscuit, just narrowly misses it. And now they have that other crab, and they're going to be popping it early as they see a lot of Jackpot dropping onto the right side of the map. And this is really the hard part of Inkblot Tower Control. It's a very snowballing map for defense, as you have very limited ways to go in, and a lot of them are very committal, since it's not very easy to back off to your base with holding an inkable ramp and one-way drop. Biscuit is opting to be able to flank and get some help against the Splash-O-Matic here, who literally flanked with the grab. And we see Flippa Floppa continuing to just opt to play this defense very patiently. They know the tower will give them special advantage, and so they don't have to rush anything. And Jackpot's having to throw a lot of resources just to get into mid. This 96 finally being pushed back into the corner.
Or they're being pushed now, but they do manage to get a pick on the machine. So now they're gonna... Oh, they get a pick on the Neo Splash as well, and now they get a 3rd pick. So now they're just gonna... Flippa is gonna get back on that tower, gonna start racking up even more points, more special advantage. Oh, the machine dies, but they still have 3 specials, man. The Kraken comes out, he's gonna go hunt down that the crab tank. They actually break it, but they miss the kill. Never mind, they get it back. the Kraken runs out, and now Jackpot can control their own plan, but not without a little bit of a scrappy fight. Oh,
Yeah, and Q
okay.
is going to be tri-striking to retake, catches someone who's kind of stuck in the corner, and the 96 just likes to play that low ground with the wall and just be like, yeah, go chase me down here, go get stuck in the corner with the wall weapon and see what happens. And because of that, you kind of just have to leave the wall weapon down there in the corner. Q has been finding a lot of picks, though, to get her team some map control, and they are slowly but surely turning things around. If they could get a push starter where they'll also be able to play around that tower special advantage, it's going to be very helpful. But they have to be careful here, as there's still a lot of fighting going on, and the machines on the side of Flippa Floppa are not willing to give up mid without a fight. We're seeing the strikes and Booyah Bomb come out, second Booyah Bomb come out, and a lot of resources are being popped early here. The Booyah Bomb on the defensive side isn't finding anything, though, and I'm not sure if all those trades were worth it. Yes, Jackpot used a lot of resources, but so did this team, and this team doesn't have any and aren't going to build it as fast. That pick on a Madness might be crucial, though. He really needed to stay alive considering how aggressive Jared was already playing. But now it's going to be up to Leafy to try to clutch things out. Is unable to get the pick without a trade. And Jackpot might not be able to keep the tower on this side of the map. Just went a little bit too aggressive. Needed to play around the fact that they were going to build specials faster than the enemy team.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a rush decision on the side of Jackpot right there. They could have waited a little bit more and just pop their specials and go to jump, but unfortunately they get picked off early. And now the Kraken is just gonna do its job on the corner, just picking off a player so easily. And now Flippa Floppa is just gonna opt to start pushing tower, getting more special, just making sure they put as much pressure as they can on Jackpot's side.
Yeah, you really want to keep the tower on that left bend away from mid, not just because it buys you more time if the enemy team does recover to push, but also because it allows you to fight in kind of like a smaller, more corner space. It restricts the ways the enemy can come in, as that right flank becomes a very long and time-consuming one. So being able to keep the tower over there is great for buying time off the clock, and Jackpot right now just wants to keep it away. Kraken goes down, has a lot of starter frames, unfortunately not going to be able to be panicked that easily.
Yeah, you just cannot pop a Kraken in front of any weapon because you're just gonna get cancelled. Now the crab tank from Flippa Flop comes in, coming clutching for this defense. They got two down though, so now this crab is all in alone. They're cornered on this side of the map, and the Trashers is coming in. They're just taking a lot of space and just pushing Flippa Flop back. This might be the push that Jackpot. This might be the push that Jackpot is looking for, but the Kraken is gonna make sure that they do not go through that second checkpoint.
Yeah, it's only Madness now, and all of Jackpot regrouping on their base. Q is trying to get a tri-strike to ensure that they don't get GG Booyah Bombed and have something to help them get the tower, and they might have it in time, but someone else is going to have to touch that tower, and I don't know if the timing's going to line up well for them. No, they just don't have anyone in position, and Flippa Floppa is going to take game 2, 1 away from winning the entire tournament now. And Jackpot has to make a very tough loser's run back in order to make this back.
We could easily be in front of a 3-0 right here, but I think Jackpot just gotta get it together, plan a bit more carefully without these kind of rush decisions, and I feel like they can take some games. They have not been too far off from what we have seen, so I believe they can take at least a game on this counter pick.
Yeah, we'll really have to see what happens in this last game. Jackpot needs one hell of a counter pick, but this has kind of been their go-to map mode. But, I mean, Inkblood's a very volatile counter pick on tower control, because, like, while the middle of the map is very open and very, like, smart, honestly, once it gets to that second checkpoint, the entry routes are just awful. Because they're all commitment routes. Like, whether you drop the contest on the left or drop on the right, you cannot go back. And so it makes it very special prone on that area of the map. Very easy to pick people off or anything like that. And so you have to really play around your resources. And when it doesn't work out, the tower moves backward onto the latter part of the plat. And it's just very tricky to defend on. And Jackpot did by no means a bad job there, but just a lot to defend it by that second checkpoint is just really difficult, especially with the specials that Flippa Floppa were running, where every single one of them are great at controlling that part of the map. Even the Kraken can put a lot of pressure because you can't easily back away from it without giving up too much space. It looks like in this case they're going to opt to go for Zones Hagglefish as the last map that they can pick to, and this is going to be their chance to gain momentum. If it works out here, then they might have a chance to run things back. Might give them much needed momentum. but it's hard to say for sure. And we're going to need to see a really clutch play from them in order to make it work.
I just hope to see the best of both teams in this upcoming Hagglefish Zones game. It's gonna probably be a lot of crabs, maybe with some ink strikes, but in the end, we'll see which team comes on top. It will be Jackpot with the reverse sweep, or it will be Flippa Floppa with their 2-game advantage.
Yeah, here we go. We see the heavy 96 machine splash coming out, as well as the sword heavy machine and splash coming out. So a little bit of different comps. Once again, one splash-o-matic on each side. And for the most part, things are mirrored. The only real difference is the 96 for the sword. Kraken obviously not great on the objective here, but the main weapon, especially with wall, is great at controlling these tight corridors. And even if the Stamper is a very solid main weapon, this is one of the hardest Zipcaster maps, as trying to take care of people on the 10th is very difficult.
Yeah, definitely. But the Stamper does get an early pick against the machine, and now the Wavebreaker comes out, and it's looking pretty good for Jackpot. Unfortunately, the Kraken's coming in, so he's gonna hunt down that crab, and it manages to destroy it. Oh well, it does get the pick on the splash, and now he's gonna put the splash wall in the corner, securing their lives, and now getting a nice pick on the heavy machine, and the heavy and the machine, and
Yeah,
now they just wipe out Flippa Floppa.
That Wavebreaker
This is a
actually
really good start.
did a great job getting the Kraken in, kind of dealt some damage, forced the crab to ball and run early, and that gave the Kraken just enough time to secure a pick, and by the time he got that pick, the rest of his team were able to secure the space needed.
Ooh, gets a couple shots, but also gets a couple shots themselves. There goes the Zipcaster only being able to grapple onto those 2 walls by mid, and now the Kraken coming in, getting madness on the way, and now this splash was gonna save this 96 skull. Unfortunately, it lost out, and Leaf just is able to pierce through it. But right now, Flippa Floppa is still in control of the zone. Here comes the crab from Jared. He's gonna have to make a lot of value off it if they want to take the zone back. Unfortunately, it goes down.
Bomb on the crab takes it out. There's a machine on the flank that's gonna kill Jared, and I don't know if Jackpot has enough resources for this. The kill on the crab might give them a fighting chance, but between painting the Wavebreaker and the 3 players, it's just not gonna be enough. And Flippa Floppa is gonna take the tournament in a decisive 3-0 victory. Extremely nice job from them.
Yeah, congratulations to both teams for making this far, and special congratulations to Flippa Floppa for getting their 3-0 against Jackpot.